Okay, guys. So in today's video, probably confused. Call of Duty World at War is an old game. Yeah, that's because we're comparing two old games. We're comparing Call of Duty World at War, and let me scroll down on my game list, and Half-Life 2. It's a fair comparison because this game was fully launched in 2018. 2008. Oh my god. And this game was the game was released in 2008. So that's pretty much the same exact date. So let's compare them. First game, we're starting off with Call of Duty World at War. Now, I'm just gonna play and tell you a little bit about. I'm gonna do like a storytell in the beginning of it. Then in the middle of it, I'm just gonna stop and go to the actual thing. Now, sorry, hold on. There we go. So this game, I'm just gonna hold on because I don't know how to start a new server. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna do the there's a lot of maps to pick from if you're doing I'm just gonna do Downfall just for this. I'm gonna do free for all and dedicated, no max players. Okay, so I'm not gonna be killing people. I'm just gonna be telling you guys about pretty much the entire data base of the game.
Revolt!
Okay.
You alone must defend the glory of the Reich!
Hold on, I need to go. Okay, so basically in this game, hold on, I should probably turn back on the SFX just a little bit. I wish there was another option for that. See, the guns are interesting in this game. So the textures are really nice, the sounds are interesting. Reloading animation is cool. So basically, this game was released. This game was released as a game that would be one of the best Call of Duty, not the Call of Duty game, but the best World War II dedicated game, because this tells you all the details, and I'm saying all of them. It's very graphic. Okay, so that's a user discretion. This is a very graphic game, so if you want to buy it, make sure you're willing to see a lot of bloody, gory, and interesting parts of the game that actually explain real-life events, which is interesting. No spoilers, because, obviously, you guys probably, if you didn't buy this, I would recommend buying this, because it's actually a really cool game. If you think about it, it's just a lot of infrastructure, too. As you can see, these buildings, or where I am currently, it does have a little bit of controversial things. There's a lot of controversial stuff. But it's very, it's very interesting to see how the game and progressed and stuff, and how World War II was a progression. And, you're going to see all of this because you're pretty much playing a game that's pretty much dedicated to it. And this is about a war, okay, like a real life thing. Now, Half-Life 2, on the other hand, I'll go to that in a minute. But first of all, this is the map of this place. So there's these tanks that are on both sides, and then you can also see there's buildings around you, and it's pretty cool because the map's name is Downfall. It's just basically a lot of stuff, and these guns are actually pretty nicely detailed. Although the way you hold this with two hands, you can actually not aim on Half-Life. Well, this is pretty cool. So you can aim. This game is actually it's a little weird. It seems like a Half-Life kind of engine, but that's because it's not Source. It will be different. which game is better? He's like, that's what I'm trying to compare. It's very controversial, as you can see that. Very controversial game, but really nice game if you want. No, not nice. It's a very cool game because of the war factor to it. It's not just like a normal Call of Duty game where you just like play like you could play multiplayer in this, but there's also a story mode, and that's like the main part of the game. That's why people buy it. They don't buy it to play multiplayer games with other people. They buy it to see like the real not the Call of Duty. But I'm saying like the real war factor to it with World War II and all that included. Now I'm just walking around. The noises that your feet make in this game are really cool, especially the noises. The reloading animations are interesting, and the voices in the background. Now they do have that in Half-Life 2, but it's like just like random voices and NPCs. This, I'm gonna go now cuts to the actual thing. I'm gonna go to solo co-op. I'm just gonna click yes. It's gonna have a black screen. This is very usual. You're gonna usually see this. If you don't see this, your game is messed up. Hold on. Okay. I just have to make sure my game's working. Okay, so yeah, this is the load up for the game. Okay, so it's very interesting because like I'm just gonna go to select online profile. These are all the joke profiles I've made throughout the years. I'm just gonna do YouTube vid. Okay, so I don't know if I spelled that right, but it doesn't matter. So now I'm gonna do recruit. Okay, I'm gonna skip that and Private Miller, and he's on. We're in Japan. That's where the game starts, I think. Very graphic. Viewer description. If you don't want to see this, please click off the video. This is what it looks like. Yeah, pretty
You think
graphic.
because you say nothing.
I'm gonna turn off my
You are
mic.
strong?
Song.
貴様は強くない。強情なやつめ。
Don't tell him a fucking thing.
米兵どもはみんなこうなのか。二人とも殺せ。
Go to hell.
貴様は強くない。
Miller, you're okay. Thank God. We're gonna.
Okay, that's only the beginning of the game. I think YouTube's gonna cancel me just for that. Oh, that's pretty graphic. Yeah. No crap. Okay, now that we are done with that, we're gonna go into Half-Life 2, and we're gonna do some lore and stuff before we start getting into the very interesting stuff of the game. I don't know. Let's see Half-Life 2 now. Let's see how Half-Life 2 compares. So, I do have to say, I didn't show you any video of me exploding, like, fuel things, but in that game, it just has a very violent explosion. You get hurt if you're near it, and it's very interesting. Now, Half-Life 2, we're taking a very detailed look at this game, because I don't know how to do, like, commands in... Now, just for now, just find a very comparable map to what we just looked at. I'm just gonna head over to, like, Anti-Citizen 1, or no. I'm just gonna go to this. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna go straight to, because there's a lot of cities in some of these. I'm gonna go straight to this chapter. I've played the entire game. I'm gonna go straight to Anti-Citizen 1, because that shows you a little bit of the actual city and stuff. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna do something really quick. There we go. Oh. Oh, you gotta do SV. And then you gotta do underscore. And then you just gotta go to. Wait, hold on, I have to remember. I'm gonna do. And it's just, don't worry, this is not like mods. I'm just gonna do no clip. Yeah, anything that's under this, I'll say like no clip on, yeah. So, basically I'm not. So, if you look in this game, you can see there's a factory, the petrol, I think it's like a fuel, an old fuel thing. Okay, so then, as you can see, the buildings are like Russian, kind of, and then you can see this broken building, there's noises, this, yeah, so this is Belarus, actually, I think, something near Belarus, and then this is the Citadel, which is like the main part of the game. The noises, the roads cracked up, this is cracked, this building is a little messed up, and this is like a thing. So is this a little broken, and this is broken, pile of rubble. And then I think, yeah, this is a giant fight scene. As you can see here, so basically, as you can see, there's a graffiti on the wall. Hold on. This, it reads a thing. I'm gonna put away the console just for a second. This is the Combine, which is the personnel of the video game, holding a baby, because basically people would be put into these suits and then pretty much be taken away from their entire family, but they also had children, and they sometimes slip them into like the Combine thing. But anyways, graphics, not so good. Now I say the graphics on the other one were not good either, but at least the other one, right? It had like different things. Like this, it's really good. I'll say that. It's amazing. But if you look at this, the infrastructure looks normal, right? But then, if you look at it, they're all just 2D textures. Like in the game that we were just playing, this was not 2D, just pasted on. Like you would actually stand on the windowsill, and this is just kind of like pictures placed onto something that makes it look 3D. There's a roof that has big problems. There's this giant wall that's really weird, scuffed looking. This entire game, especially the skybox, looks very scuffed. Like, if you look out here, see that the skybox is just like, if you look from like the bottom, probably can't see this, but this is just a bunch of pixels. Like you can see the pixels individually, 1, 2, 3. Like I can't really count them all, but there's you mostly can see most of them. Like if you're standing here, look up, that's like it goes to nowhere. This is also very like this is not even a model. It's like literally a 2D picture. Like I don't yep, it's just a 2D skybox. Yeah, so it's basically just a 2D skybox, which most games have that. I'm not judging this. But now I'm going to go show you something else. I'm not going to... So wait, hold on. I need to go to, like, a different... How do I return to main menu? Yeah, so... If you go to the main menu, this is like an average... This is the average city. I'm going to click new game. I'm just going to go to something like root canal. Which I don't... It's not the root canal that you get in your tooth. Don't worry. It's not a root canal you get in your tooth. Because that's the worst pain. And it's so fucking hard. Okay, sorry for that. That's because I added... There's mods in this game. Yep, that's the beautiful world of Half-Life 2 now. So basically you see this scene on the game, and you just gotta kill them. This little speedrun just to show you explosions and stuff. Not really knowing Now if you see this is what I'm talking about. See how this light's on fire, and then that's it? Just these metal shards, that's kind of it. And then if you look, like, here especially, it looks so, like, wrong. like, it just doesn't look right, and it's very, very, very weird. Especially this texture. Very, if you look at it, you can see the individual pixels. But it's just, it's one picture. It's a pixel. It's a pixels. And then, especially with like, no texture, just, man, if you hit something, you're that's good. But it just, like, it, you know, it doesn't not sounds too. No. Where's my, oh yeah, I only have this. It does not sound. Hold on, I gotta go. I'm gonna go to Impulse. Nope, it does not work. Okay, so anyways, here's the train. You jump on this train, you go over here. You have city scanners. Not explosives. But the overall texture and stuff like that is really interesting. It's good, especially this logo and everything. And I'm telling you, they put a lot of effort into maps in the other game. What they focus on the guns, but in this game, they put a lot of stuff into the map, and it's very good. But then, what they do after that is they pretty much just get rid of the detail of like exploding barrels. But overall, the game is very interesting. I only played the other game, World at War, for a very short time. I will say that if you're looking for a more non-dark option, if you want to play games kind of in the time, I recommend Half-Life as dark entire story. So, if you want to know the entire story, I'll probably do a video on it. It's very interesting. It's kind of sad also, but you know that's why it's a video. I'll probably talk about it more, but this is like a baseline thing. You're not gonna find anything worse than this, except for if you look at like Half-Life Alyx, which I'm not gonna talk about. This is very detailed. There's a lot of different stuff. I don't know, but for this game, I'm saying give it more playtime because I know the game more. But yeah, that's it. That's Half-Life 2 for you. I'm gonna see which game would win. I don't know. So let's do a little thing. So after we counted up everything, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to give the win to Half-Life. I'm joking. I'm gonna have to give the win to Half-Life 2 for being not as gory, not as serious or detailed or very sad. It is kind of sad at some points of the game, but it's not super sad if you don't know the entire backstory to it, which is why it's not sad. And for World at War, you really know the stuff, and it gets to you like in a bad way, but it's also really like interesting game. But I feel like if we're comparing like two war games, I'm gonna say Call of Duty World at War would probably win 100% with its detailed stories or wars and stuff. But it doesn't actually have the real people, but it is recreating an actual thing, and it's probably a little bit, interesting for people that have experienced World War II and have experienced these events. It's probably hard for them to play any of the games that have war in them. So. Yep, but Half-Life 2 wins because it's less gory. I mean, it is kind of gory, yes. There is theories that, and I think it is even a theory, it's true, a burned body texture in the game is actually like a real thing, which is kind of scary to think about. That's one thing that's really gory about the game, but I think there's more texture, detail, like, stuff in, well, I guess also in Half-Life, but that's a different story. And also, it's a lot of texture detail, like, even with, like, you saw it, and it's in World at War. And I gotta say, I probably do not want to show that on YouTube. but that's the game. And yeah. But yeah, if you're seeing this video, yeah, guys, so pretty much just click that subscribe button. I'll make more videos, like even the lore behind Half-Life 2. Or also finding where Half-Life 2 is located, which I've pretty much already said, but like where are these places and what are they called, right? Like in the game. So yeah, I've played the game for a really long time. I've played it like a few times, and I gotta say, I've summed up most of everything in Half-Life 2, and I'll make that in the next video. Now, see you guys in the next one, and click the subscribe button, click the like button, and yeah, that's pretty much all for today. Bye.